Mr. Pedro Carbonell was confidently fishing the fish pond, which is not his belonging, not just once but several times. Mr. Juan de la Cruz was swimming in his fish pond, and he noticed that the number of his fish were decreasing. So he called the police to ask for help. And the police officers responded quickly. The police asked if he had someone he suspected. Mr. De La Cruz reported that one day, while visiting his fish pond, he saw a man observing his fish pond, and he just didn't mind it. So the police started looking for clues and evidence. And finally, they found a suspicious footmark. The impression found in the crime scene is a three-dimensional impression. When we say impression, it is a strong mark produced by pressure that goes below the surface, a stamp form or figure resulting from physical contact. It causes damage to object. And a three-dimensional impression is evidence that has the same depth, such as deep footprint in soil. Crime laboratory personnel started to conduct an investigation by performing moulage. Moulage is a faithful reproduction of an impression with the use of casting materials. Casting materials is any material which can change from a plastic or liquid state to the solid condition. The materials needed in casting a three-dimensional impression is dental stone represented in plaster of Paris, then waxed, a shoebox, water, stick, and a Ziploc bag or anything. The crime laboratory personnel started to put the shoebox as a boundary or foundation and spray wax to seal the impression. Then they mix the plaster of Paris and water and cellophane. Then they pour it on a footwear impression until it fully occupied. Then put a stick as a base. After filling in, wait for 24 to 48 hours or until it fully hardens. And the crime laboratory personnel must put his initial in the date of examination. One day, the suspect is having a walk while enjoying the view. The police officer tried to look for the suspect, and luckily they found it. They tried to talk and reach out calmly and ask some questions. The police officers also tried to ask if they can borrow the pair of shoes he was wearing for some examination. And the negotiation was successful. Finally, the casting was fully hardened, so the crime laboratory personnel continued the examination. He carefully removed the shoebox. And also remove the soil. And started cleaning it using water, stick, and a brush. After cleaning and drying, the examination continues. The crime laboratory personnel spray wax so that the impression will be vividly visible for examination and comparison. He compared the casted three-dimensional impression and the shoe. First, he measured the sizes of the evidence and both measurements were matched. Then, he also uses magnifying glass to clearly see the patterns and style of the evidence, and also to identify the footprint evidence characteristics. So, class characteristics are not unique. However, they can narrow the pool of possible shoes, such as size, style, and thread pattern of the shoe. And also individual characteristics such as cuts, cracks, embedded object, and wear patterns have to identify a specific shoe. examination and comparison, it is perceived that aside from sizes and style, the wear pattern of the evidence also matches each other. So most of the wear pattern occurs at the front and rear of the shoe. It is proven that the man wearing the shoe is a person with neutral pronation because it had an even wear on front and rear. Finally, after thorough investigation and examination, justice has been served.